from Pressing Forwards. I wanted to talk to everyone today about a mission statement. I've been feeling a little bit hampered and I guess really kind of behind on the things that I want to complete, and it's been really frustrating because I know I'm not where I want to be and I know I'm not doing everything I need to be doing, but it's a little bit confusing or amorphous as to what exactly I'm supposed to be completing. So I realized you can't expect what you don't inspect, as I've heard said many times. So if I want something, or if I'm saying that I want to improve in an area, I should probably understand what I'm at least wanting, what I'm heading towards. So that's really where my mission statement came in. Last year, a man who beat cancer, and he's just super awesome. He kind of talked about how his life went from a place where he was extremely unhappy to a place where he was very happy, and then kind of went down again when his health deteriorated, and how he beat cancer and got to where he wanted to be. And he was kind of talking about that next summit of life that he wanted to get through. And one of the things that he said was he needed a plan and a mission as to who he wanted to be. So that's kind of the real inspiration for creating this mission statement. So I wanted to share what I have with you guys because I feel like it's important to, again, express or declare what my plans are, and I can kind of talk about where I am in relation to those plans right now. And hopefully this is something I can look at every 6 months, see, how am I progressing in terms of these goals, so that you guys can see what I'm dealing with and what I'm working with. So full transparency here. So my first thing on my mission statement says, I am a godly person who prioritizes my spiritual health. I'm sure and steadfast in my knowledge of God's love for me and humanity. I try and share his love through my positive thoughts, kind words, and deeds. I have a strong faith, see God's hand in all circumstances, and realize that reaching my full potential is part of my God-given purpose. I am a spiritual support for my husband, and I'm able to both teach and be an example of the gospel to my daughter Cadence. So, in order to achieve these goals, I will study a personal lesson or devotional every day. I will take time at least once a week to think on the Lord and his plan for me and my family, and I will faithfully take time twice a week to share a religious lesson or story with Cadence. Where am I right now? Yeah, I really need to work on this one. I don't read anything currently. I'm always open to reading if someone were to say, like, hey, let's do this, but it's really has never been a priority for me. I think at one point in my life it might have been, but I don't even know how serious that was. So this is kind of a huge undertaking. I definitely think on the Lord and his plan for my family regularly. I think especially once I see a goal and I know that we're supposed to hit it, like I have a feeling that I'm supposed to be successful, and I try and understand how that fits in with the world at large. So I feel like I do that regularly, probably once a week. With Cadence, she's still really small. She's 9 months old. I was about to say 6, but she's 9 months old. So she's not like she would even understand anything I'm telling her. But I realize in order to build somebody up with a thought process or knowledge of their importance and how they fit in the scheme of things with God and everything, you have to instill that from the beginning. It's not something I can just say, oh, well, you're 5, this is now somebody you've never heard of. You should just learn about them. So I need to do better with that. She has been attending, while they had it, she's been attending the COVID little school, Sabbath school for herself, but on the computer. So she's been kind of hanging around that way, but I wanted to make it a personal thing that me and my husband kind of talk to her about, even if she doesn't understand. So kind of getting failing marks on that whole part of my mission. But again, this is the person I'm going to be. So that's the important part. Second one, I recognize that I have the most valuable tool in the world, and it's my mind. I use it to paint pictures of my dreams and goals and bring them to fruition. I'm a good steward of my thoughts and refuse to use them to detract from my life. I'm in a constant state of learning and use the things I've internalized to bring positivity to the world around me. I'm a cheerful resource for all who are inquisitive and hungry. In order to do that, I will read at least one personal development book every month. I will spend at least 15 minutes a day reading a book. I will listen to at least 30 minutes a day of positive audios. I will spend at least 10 minutes every other day dream building or picturing the physical manifestation of success. I will spend at least 10 minutes daily feeling blessed and thankful for my life and the people who make it so amazing. This one I actually think I do pretty well on. Personal development books, I definitely may not necessarily read one a month, but I actually have been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately, so I probably do. Listening to 30 minutes a day of positive audios, I do actually generally do that. I had been listening to a lot of news at work and economic things, but I have been trying to push some of it to be more positive and development based. Reading a book every day, that's been a little bit of an issue. I have a huge stack of books that I have not finished, and I have about 15 more that I am really wanting to order, and I'm trying to stay my hand because I have not been completing the ones I have. So that is something I need to focus on. The dream building, I'm hit or miss on that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I definitely feel like every day I think about how blessed I am. Honestly, if I look at my life from where it was 2 or 3 years ago to where it is now, I couldn't have imagined that I'd be in such a wonderful position. And yes, we're in a 1-bedroom apartment and we don't have a lot yet, but I'm very happy. And all of my frustrations are frustrations that are pushing me towards being better. So I honestly feel like I feel blessed every day, and I am thankful every day. Okay, mission 3, or thing 3. I'm a loving wife, mother, sister, and daughter. I will provide financial, emotional, and spiritual stability in my home. I cultivate a safe place, and I will oasis for my family to feel comfortable in. I quickly and appropriately handle times of stress and frustration and never let problems fester. I stay connected with my husband in all things and check in with him regularly to ensure we're making progress toward our shared vision. I extend this peace and harmony to my extended family. And under this, in order to do this, I will spend at least 2 nights a month with my husband, focused on cementing our emotional relationship and ensuring our priorities and goals are aligned. I spend time every week with Cadence, where she's the focus of my attention. I am patient with my family and show them love no matter how stressful the situation. I spend some of my time every couple weeks to talk to each one of my sisters and find out how they're doing and what they need. I keep in touch with our relatives at least monthly. I keep them informed on our family and make sure to inquire about their lives. And I periodically look for ways to do things to make my husband's load lighter. I sustain and encourage him as he strives for our family. For this one, I do a fairly good job on this. I think my husband and I, we are definitely aligned on our goals and what we want to do. What I think we could do better on is actually spending 2 nights a month where we just focus on each other. I think oftentimes we end up so busy that we kind of check in. Well, we're in a 1-bedroom apartment again. We check in with each other a lot. 1-bedroom apartment during COVID, there's nowhere to go. But I would like to do something a little bit more special than that. So that's something I have to make a priority for myself. I definitely spend time with Cadence daily. I think it's just being mindful about the times I'm spending with her and making sure it's not like I'm holding her and playing with her, but I'm really kind of also on my phone. That she gets my attention for that 30 minutes, an hour, and making sure that's something that she has and she feels like she has. I need to do better about talking to my sisters every couple of weeks. In general, I'm the kind of person who, I might not talk to you for a year, but if you call me up, I'm gonna act like we just spoke yesterday and everything's good and cool, and we catch up, talk for like 3 or 4 hours, and then we might not talk for 6 months again. And while that's well and good for some relationships, I think it's really important that I maintain and understand and know who my family is. Sounds weird, but I think this is a point in our lives where we're really growing and developing separately, and I don't want to lose that connection with them because we grow in different directions, I guess, if that makes sense. And I feel like any success that I'm having, any things that I'm learning, I need to at least stay close enough that I can share. And I don't even know how to explain that. It's just, I definitely feel that I have to keep my sisters close to me right now. For my relatives, I have been keeping in touch with them, actually a lot better since Cadence has been around. Having a baby means that people are like, hey, how you doing? And talk randomly. But it's actually been a really easy selling point for me to just kind of send pictures and say, how are you doing? And stay involved with people that way. Again, need to be better about this, but I am actually light years ahead of where I was even like a year ago. So if I can at least maintain this, and then I can work on getting better later. As for my husband, he's wonderful. He takes care of me in so many ways, and I want to make sure that he's not overwhelmed. I want to make sure that everything that he's doing, he can succeed in. I'll talk about it a little later, but if you've ever read Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, you know that there's the E, S, B, and I. We were both E's, and right now I'm holding down the fort as an E while he kind of pushes the B and I side of our business. So that mindset switch and all of the psychological things, as well as the new things that you learn and all of that stuff that's going along with that, it can be difficult. Again, there's a reason I didn't do it. It can be definitely difficult, and I know that he's taking the brunt of this for us until there's a time where I take on some of those responsibilities, or I leave the east side. Maybe, I don't even know what I'm doing, but so I need to be here for him, and I need to try and lighten his load as much as I can. So that's kind of where that one comes from. And I do a fairly good job, but I need to be a lot better. It can be difficult because, again, I feel like I'm coming from work. Sometimes I'm tired, I'm stuck in meetings, but I have to remember it's the same for him. And I know it is. So it's just a matter of making sure that I do my fair share and every so often go out of my way to do something special. Okay. I will tell you one more of these, and then I'll actually probably go ahead and make a second video to kind of finish up my mission statement. So this doesn't go too long, because I know this video's already running a little longer than I normally do. So this last one. I have a community of like-minded, driven people with whom I associate. My group of friends and associates work to make both ourselves and the world around us better. We invest our time and energy into worthwhile projects and people. I have wonderful and worthy mentors who push me to always be better. I am honest with them and can trust them to help me hit my goals and achieve my purpose. In order to do that, I will have deep, positive conversations with my friends once a month where we draw out our visions and discuss our goals. I will find a mentor, both at work and in my personal life, by the 31st of December, and I will join Junior League as a full member by 31st of May, 2021. For this one, I have a great group of friends. I do. And I definitely feel like we push each other in positive directions. But not really, but like I'm not ragging on my friends. They're really, really great. I love you guys. Aren't watching this, but you might be one day, so I love you. But I also want to make sure that the conversations and the things that I'm talking about, the things I think about, are really pushing me toward my goal. One of the things that I've heard many, many, many times is if you take a look at the 5 people who you're closest to and you write down their income, your income's probably going to match or be the average of it. And honestly, that sounds about right. That sounds about right now. And that means in order to push myself to be better, yes, I could. It means that I do need to, I guess, increase the quality. It sounds bad, but it is what it is. It means that I have to challenge myself in order to get to where I want to go. My associations may have to change at times, but there's something to be said about having people who are striving with you, and having a running mate. That makes all the difference. So my goal is to have friends who are running with me. While I'm gonna push myself, I'm gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep finding people who are who I want to be. That's where the mentors come in, which I'll get to later. But I'm going to find those people. But I don't want to have to lose somebody because they're not as interested or they're falling behind. Not at least if it's something that I think that we could potentially discuss or move forward together with. But I recognize times and things change, so yeah, this sounds really terrible. But that's also kind of part of it. So again, I want to make sure that I'm a good influence on my friends, and my friends are a good influence on me, and that means that we're focused on getting better together. As for mentors, I really don't feel like I have one sometimes. My mentors are the books that I read, but it's important to be accountable to somebody who knows you, who knows your struggles, who can push you to be better, who you are trying to emulate. And I don't know if I have one of those yet. I know I definitely don't have one of those at work, and I know that's something that holds me back. It's very easy to get discouraged and dismissive at work because everybody I know is right at my level, and we all have the same concerns and struggles. So I think I need to see past where I am to where I'm trying to go, or where I could potentially go. And in order to do that, I definitely need a mentor at work. In my life, I kind of feel like I'm on an island sometimes. Even since having Cadence, and also with COVID, I haven't been out a lot. I don't see people, so I kind of feel like I'm on my own little island in my own little thoughts, and it's me and my husband. And sometimes that can be one of two things. Either you're kind of like running on your own and you get in stride and everything's great, or when you kind of get into a ditch, you're kind of there by yourself a little bit. So I feel like I need someone, I don't know, who at least knows me, knows where I'm coming in, at least knows that I'm on my way there to where they are. I don't know. Definitely feel like mentorship is something I need, though, so I will be searching for it. I'm also joining the Junior League. It is a volunteer organization for women. It's supposed to teach leadership and, of course, volunteering, which is super important. So my goal is to join that and be a part of that. Again, I think it'd be a good opportunity to meet a whole bunch of different people, be involved with some influential women, gain leadership skills, basically all the things I feel like I have been isolated from. So that's kind of my big thought with the Junior League. But yeah, that's about half of my mission statement, guys. Thank you for staying and interested this long to hear it. I will try and do part 2 next time so that you can hear part 2 of everything that's going on. Some of those ones are a little bit more tangible in terms of metrics, are a little bit more hard-hitting, so you get to hear some of those. My goal this week, I will say, is that I want to go through my mission statement. I know I said some of these things were going to be weekly or monthly or daily. I need to write down a checklist of what's supposed to be what, so that I can go through every day, every week, to kind of make sure I'm on tally for what I'm supposed to be doing. I also kind of want to spend a week kind of going through each one of my points and kind of getting on a schedule with those. So you will definitely be hearing more about that. I'll kind of give some more insight into how that's going to work on the next video. But once again, guys, thank you so much for paying attention and listening to my mission. Please like, subscribe if you're interested in my channel, and hit the bell so that you know when I post anything next. If you have any questions, any thoughts, any things that you are doing, if you guys have a mission statement, or if you want to make a mission statement, have any questions about it, please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are up to. And I'm just happy to be a part of your journey, and thank you for listening into mine. Bye, guys.